So let's continue with that lesson, inheritance and variation, and we are going to finish off this lesson fully. Okay?
Yes.
So
Yes.
before we go ahead with that, the sex-linked inheritance that we had started last time, color blindness, hemophilia, I have already discussed how the inheritance occurs in that case. So we have to do some problems based on that. But for now, we will keep that problems towards the end of the session.
Okay.
So that the remaining theory part, let us finish it off first. Okay, first we'll finish off the theory part of the remaining portion, and then we'll come back to this. Okay, so now the next important part of this lesson that we have to discuss is that how is the sex determined in the case of different organisms?
Organisms?
Yes, in different types of organisms, most probably in animals, including human beings. How is it determined that the zygote or the embryo which is born is going to be a male or a female? Okay. That is why we can talk only about those organisms which are unisexual. If the organism is a bisexual or a hermaphrodite, that means the same organism is having male and female sex organs both.
Yes.
So in that case, there is no question of sex determination because every organism will have both of them.
Correct.
ऐसे organism को हम लोग बोलते हैं monoecious.
Monoecious.
Monoecious is the other word for bisexual.
मेरे को तीनों में एक और बार differentiate.
They are one and the same.
Okay, they are same.
Bisexual, hermaphrodite, monoecious is one and the same. They simply mean in the same individual organism, the male and the female reproductive organs are present. Okay. That's the meaning of bisexual, hermaphrodite, or monoecious. Mono means single, ecium means house. Single house मतलब house. House, yes. House का meaning यहाँ पर है body या organism.
Okay.
In a single organism, both are present. That's why. So इसका जो opposite meaning है, that is dioecious, also called unisexual.
Opposite, yes.
Opposite. So it's like the human beings are the example where they are dioecious. You don't come across any human being which is a male and a female both. Correct? So he or she is either a male or a female. Okay, depending upon the presence of the reproductive organs which they contain. Okay.
Correct.
So it's like there was a German biologist now. You have to remember the names of these people. His name was Henking. That's the name of a person. Don't make any face. Okay. A German biologist called Henking in 1891. He was studying, yeah, it was in the late 19th century. Okay. So he was studying an insect which was called as the squash bug. उस insect का नाम था squash bug. Okay. Yeah, and scientifically it was called as Anasa tristis.
Sir.
Squash bug का zoological name है Anasa tristis.
Okay, got it.
Pronounce कर.
Yes.
Pronounce it Anasa tristis. Well, no laughing. Come on.
Anasa tristis.
Very good.
Squash bug.
Yes.
Squash.
So, bug. जैसे bed bug होता है ना वैसा एक variety. So in this insect, he was studying the reproductive features that was spermatogenesis. Spermatogenesis मतलब formation of the sperms. That's the male gametes.
Okay.
So he was studying that process in this insect. So when he was studying spermatogenesis, you know very well, sperms are the male gametes. So whenever it's a gamete, it has to be haploid, right? So whatever is the diploid chromosome number, uska half number sperms में जाएगा. Okay, so what he observed in this insect was that during spermatogenesis, there were 50% of the sperms which received the unpaired chromosomes. जैसे अगर XX और XY करके बोलते हैं, we have called it as the sex chromosomes in human beings. Okay, so XY जो है वो unpaired है because X एक ही है, Y एक ही है. So in this insect, what he noted was for the first time that 50% of the sperms are receiving this unpaired ones. and the remaining 50% do not receive that. Matlab, the sperms are receiving one chromosome each, which is unpaired and which is not unpaired. आधा distribute हो रहा है.
Okay, equal. Yes.
Yes. Only in the sperms he saw that for the first time. Okay. So it's like whenever this unpaired chromosomes were received in the sperms, he observed that one of the chromosomes was a reduced one. Inactivated one. Reduced or inactivated one.
Only one?
Heterochromatin करके हमने बोला था पहले.
What?
Yes. Okay. तो उसको X body करके नाम दे दिया. See, I am talking about that time when the sex determination thing was not understood by people.
Okay, got it.
टाइम पे डिस्कवर हुआ वो बता रहा हूँ. Okay. So that time it was understood that one unpaired chromosome was inactivated and reduced to form something called as the X body. He could not understand what it was. That's why he gave it the name X body.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh,
X
wow.
maths में कैसा होता है? If you want to determine something, कि जैसे क्वेश्चन आते हैं, तो your first sentence what you write is what? Let the unknown number be X. ऐसा लिखते हैं ना?
X, yes, correct. Okay,
X
got it.
मतलब generally we
Yes.
associate it with something unknown.
मतलब we don't know.
We don't
So
know.
X body. Okay,
तो
got
हैंकिंग ने
it.
भी वही फिलोसॉफी यूज करके यहाँ पर X body नाम दे दिया. Okay.
Yes.
And later on by other scientists, when this X body was understood, when it was analyzed, Hanking realized that this X body was nothing but an X chromosome.
Okay, got it.
ये बाद में पता चला. And then it was understood that the X chromosome plays a very important role in the sex determination.
Okay, got it.
Got it? So like that,
Yes.
this process of sex determination began, and it was realized that every organism does not follow a same pattern of sex determination. It is different for different organisms. Got it? So first thing, let us take a look how the sex determination takes place in human beings. Okay, so see, in the case of human beings now, human beings are unisexual, so there is a male, okay, and there is a female.
Yes.
Okay, so males में जो gametes होते हैं, we are calling them as sperms. Okay, and what is a female gamete known as?
Egg.
Egg or the ovum.
Oh, wow. Yes.
Okay. So human reproduction, anyways, we are going to discuss in detail later. The sperms and the egg. Okay, but before that, in a normal diploid cell of a human being, how many chromosomes are there? Normal diploid cell of a human being, how many chromosomes are there?
23.
Normal diploid cell of a human being.
46 chromosomes.
It is 46 chromosomes
46
in
chromosomes.
23 pairs.
23 pairs. Yes.
Brother,
46 chromosomes, 23 pairs.
हाँ. So ये 46 है, that is divided into two types. Okay. The first 44 chromosomes, what are they known as? They are known as the autosomes or the somatic chromosomes.
Autosomes. Yes.
इसी lesson में पहले किया है हमने. You have not gone through that topic, right? 44 chromosomes are called autosomes or the somatic chromosomes.
Somatic
The remaining two chromosomes are called the sex chromosomes, also known as the allosomes.
Allosomes. Yes, I remember.
So 44 plus 2, ऐसा अपना arrangement है.
46.
44 chromosomes जो हैं, autosomes, they are somatic chromosome. That means they are the ones which contain the genes responsible for exhibiting characters irrespective of the gender, common between males and females. So if I say like a character like a color of the skin, इसमें male female करके कुछ नहीं होता है. Both the genders can have any possible color, shape of the eyes, height of the body, type of the hair, shape of your nose. All these things are characters which are irrespective of the gender. वो होता है autosomes. That's why they are called somatic chromosomes.
Yes.
Okay. sex chromosome are of two types. Okay, in the case of females, it is XX.
And in the case of male, it is XY.
ये normal thing है human beings. Okay, so
Yes.
males in humans are having the Y chromosome. Females only have X. अब ये याद रख, come back to this. Males, when they produce the sperms, which are the gametes will have half the number.
Yes.
Diploid cells से जब gametes बनेंगे तो sperms will have 23 chromosomes.
Yes.
So there will be two types of sperms. Remember, two types. Don't say two sperms.
Okay, got it. Two types.
Sperms are always produced in large numbers, 200 to 400 million.
What?
Yeah. Okay. At a time, there are 200 to 400 million sperms produced.
Million.
उसमें दो types होते हैं. Okay. तो
Okay.
50% एक type, 50% दूसरे type. So first type of sperms will have 22 plus X.
Okay.
See, 44 का 22 half हो गया. That 22 will be there in both of them.
Okay. Yes.
That won't change. Getting
Yes.
it? But जो sex chromosomes that will segregate X, Y है तो 50% will receive only X. The remaining 50% will receive only
Y. Got it.
50% of the sperms are having only X chromosome. 50% of the sperms are having only
Y chromosome. Okay.
ठीक है? So 23 हो गया.
Yes. हो गया.
Those sperms which are having only the X chromosome, ऐसे sperms को बोलते हैं gynosperm. Whenever you say gyno, it is associated with females.
Female. Yes.
इसलिए gynecologist ऐसा बोलते हैं ना, specialist doctors होते हैं. Similarly, whenever there is a sperm having only a Y chromosome, उसको बोलते हैं androsperm.
Gynosperm. Got it.
Okay. Coming to the
Yes.
female, now females have 44 plus XX. So sex chromosome भी दोनों same type है.
Yes.
So whenever they also segregate, all the gametes will have only X.
Oh,
That means the
that
egg.
was for sperm, na?
This was for sperm, लिखा ना?
Okay, got it. Okay.
Males ना, X and Y. Sperm का है तो female में कैसे होगा?
Yes.
Okay. This is for the egg now. So again,
Yes.
44 will become half, so you will get 22
Plus X.
plus. There is only one type because उसमें सिर्फ X ही जाएगा. There is no Y over here.
Exactly.
All the eggs will have only 22 plus X. Okay?
Yes.
So
Got it.
during fertilization, when the sperm reaches the ovum and is fertilizing it, as I said, there are 200 to 400 million sperms.
Yes.
So there are many sperms reaching the ovum and trying to enter. So there is an equal chance for the gynosperm and androsperm to go and fuse with the ovum. So if there is a gynosperm fusing with the ovum, then after fertilization, the sex is determined. 22
42
plus
plus
22
XX.
44 rate. 22, 42
Oh, sorry. 2. 44 plus X.
So in such a case, the child born will be a girl.
Yeah, correct.
Got it?
Yes.
So during fertilization itself is determined. Okay, the child born will be a girl. Later on, the sex will not change. उसको केसर का दूध पिलाओ, कुछ भी पिलाओ, लड़की हुआ तो लड़की होने वाली. Same way here also, if there is an androsperm fusing with the ovum, so it will be again 44 plus
X. A boy. Yeah.
So there is a boy child which will be born. Got it? So
Yes.
normally people who are not aware about this, I have seen people having tendencies, they understand that after the child delivery, it is the sex which is determined. No. कैसे होगा? पूरा 9 months pregnancy में develop हुआ है ना, तो पहले ही determine हो जाता है during zygote formation, and then it proceeds accordingly. And based on this, you can associate with something, things which are happening in the society also. Are you aware about something called female infanticide?
Oh yes.
What is that?
Uh, yeah.
I'm talking about certain criminal cases.
Yes.
Female infanticide बोलते हैं. What is the meaning of that?
Killing the girl child.
Yes,
In
killing
the
the
womb.
girl child in the womb itself. Correct.
Yes.
So why do people do that?
Because of society and all, they
No.
don't prefer.
It's not
So-
about society. It's their own desire.
Yes,
There is a
exactly.
tendency. There is a tendency that girl child will be like a burden, ऐसे मानते हैं.
Right.
And boy
Yes.
child will bring progress. That kind of a narrow-minded soch.
Yes.
Correct. So what is the
Yes.
result of that? कि बीच में बहुत cases बढ़ने लग गए थे where unborn female child as a fetus were directly
Yes.
aborted and carried out by even doctors also in many cases. So ज़्यादा
Yes.
cases बढ़ने लगे तो it was ultimately became a rule that in case of human beings during any stage of pregnancy, the doctors
They
have to
want-
ensure that the sex of the child is not to be divulged to the parents.
Yes.
पहले
Correct.
तो बिना मतलब का डिटरमाइन ही नहीं करना है एंड अगर दूसरा कोई ट्रीटमेंट के चलते पता भी चला तो पेरेंट्स को नहीं बताना.
Yes. Right.
Okay, that became a legal issue later.
Yeah. अच्छा
And the
किया.
other thing was that in many cases, even now in some places, at their home, it is the woman who is tortured by their family members, saying that you always give birth to a girl child, you cannot give a boy or what. But if you look at this cross, it is not in the hands of the female at all, because the female is producing only
Exactly.
one type of gamete. It is the male who is
Exactly.
producing two types of sperms. Whichever type of
Yes.
sperm goes and fuses with the ovum determines the sex of the child. So imagine
Exactly.
awareness kitna zaruri hai scientifically.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
When this is understood by people, they won't go into this kind of torturous tendencies, criminal tendencies. You know, females are tortured, right? And many girl children are neglected even if they are born. So वो सब चीजें अभी नहीं होना चाहिए. Scientifically, this is the reason one should have awareness. Correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'll unshare this screen. If you want, you can take a snap.
Okay. 1 second. Smile.
Okay.
Okay. Done.
So coming back to this, we have seen how the sex determination in human beings take place. That is the one of the main parts. अच्छी तरह समझा?
Yes. Yes. अच्छा समझा.
Okay. That's why यहाँ पे एक word है, देखो ये word से याद रखना है. In the case of human beings, when you talk about the females, they are said to be homozygous.
Homozygous.
Yes, because XX है ना.
XX. Yes. Correct.
But in males में it is XY. तो उसको बोलते हैं hemizygous. That's the word. Okay.
Avizygous.
Hemizygous. HEMI. Okay.
HEMI.
Yes. And the other thing, there is one more word which is given over here, that in the case of males, they are said to be males are said to be heterogametic, and female is said to be homogametic. Homogametic means producing only
Males
one type of a gamete.
heterogametic. Females.
Males heterogametic, female homogametic.
Ah.
Homogametic मतलब क्या? Producing only one type of a gamete. We have seen that.
Yes.
Heterogametic means producing two or more types
Yes.
of gamete.
Correct. Okay. Got it. Very easy. Okay. Got
Okay.
it.
तो ये cross वगैरह
Yes.
ऐसा दिया है. The same thing is represented over.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. So that completes the ये देखो यहाँ पे एक statement है. It is the father is responsible for determining the sex of the child and not the mother.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah.
a very important give reason question they can ask you in the exam. So you have
Yes.
to write and explain and make that cross.
Make cross.
और एक cross बना के बताना है. Cross genetic cross.
Oh, okay. Oh no. Okay, fine. Got it.
ठीक है.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Next type. Now we'll talk about the sex determination in the case of birds. Okay. Class A under kingdom Animalia. अब birds में कैसा है ना, human beings में हम लोग ने बोला था XXXY type of mechanism. Birds में it is known as ZWZZ type.
Z.
Okay. इसमें कैसा
Okay, got
है,
it.
जैसा human beings में इसका opposite है. Okay, see,
Opposite.
yes, females में human beings में कैसा था? Homogametic.
Yes.
Males were heterogametic. Here it's the reverse. Females are heterogametic and they produce two types of eggs. जैसे हमने X and Y करके क्रोमोसोम को नाम दिया था, here the chromosomes are simply named as Z and W. That's the only difference. And the females are heterogametic. इसलिए अलग letters से represent कर.
Okay.
So females when they produce the eggs, 50% of them carry Z chromosome, remaining 50% carry W chromosome.
Okay.
Sperms में था
Yes.
in the case of
Got
human
it.
beings, वैसे यहाँ पे female में eggs में birds में. And here the males are homogametic, only one type of sperm,
Yes.
and it is only the Z chromosome that the sperm carries. So
Oh yes. Correct.
whichever egg is fertilized by the sperm, that determines the sex of the unborn bird. Simple.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Got it? So males में 2n plus ZZ, female में 2n plus ZW.
ZW.
So whether it is
Yes.
exactly opposite, जैसा humans में उसका exactly
Got
opposite.
it.
Only that's why the letters represented are different. समझा? Sex determination in birds.
Yes. समझा.
Okay.
Yes.
अच्छी तरह से.
अच्छा से.
Okay. Now another interesting example. ये box में secret point लिखा है. What is written out here? Interesting information, nothing secret. Why will there be a secret? It is an animal which is called, it's a worm. It's called Bonellia viridis. Okay, that's a worm called Bonellia viridis.
Worm.
Yeah.
कीड़ा.
ये worm है देखना.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Here, the sex of the individual is determined by environment. वर्म जहाँ पर है उसके आसपास के environment determine करते हैं कि वो मेल होगा कि फीमेल होगा. And there is a very high degree of sexual dimorphism that you get in this worm. Very interesting. Okay, ये देख क्या होते हैं कि the female worm of this Bonellia viridis, it is a long one, 10 centimeter long. Okay.
Okay.
तो female worm है. See the proboscis. उसका इसको spoon worm करके भी बोलते हैं. चम्मच. Okay.
Yeah.
Also called as a sperm worm. और इसका जो proboscis है, the mouth portion that can grow over a meter in length, 1 meter जितना लंबा.
Okay, got it.
And after fertilization, that zygote turns into a larva.
Larva.
Zygote में से develop होके embryo बनते हैं, embryo का larva बनते हैं.
Yes, correct.
Now, when many larvae are released after fertilization, those larvae which settle on the sea floor, ये पानी में रहने वाला worm, तो sea floor में जाके जो larva settle होगा वो female बने. Okay. Environment, yes. sea floor में जाके settle हुआ तो female. And there are some other larvae जो कहाँ settle होते हैं? Female के proboscis के ऊपर जाके settle होंगे. In that case, they will turn into male. In that
Sir,
case,
no, wait. मेरे को female वाला समझा.
sea floor.
Sea floor.
उधर जाके
Yes.
settle हो गया तो it is turning into a female.
Okay.
It will grow
Yes.
into a female.
Yes.
Okay. And this female is there. ये जो फोटो में दिख रहा है, that's a female. ये उसका proboscis है, लंबा वाला, you can see.
Yes, yes, yes. Spoon.
हाँ. So on this proboscis, suppose proboscis के ऊपर अगर कोई larvae आके बैठे, then those larvae become a male.
What?
और अगर sea floor में जाके गिरा तो that's a
Okay, got
female.
it. Yes.
Okay. And the ones who become a male, they enter the female's mouth. It goes.
Sir, what?
The male of this worm, listen, the male of this worm lives inside the body of the female. इस female के uterus में ही उसका male रहता है. And that's a small one. Sexual dimorphism. Female is a long one, male is a tiny one. It's a male and female of the same species.
Sir, I'm just confused.
What's the confusion? बोल.
I got female का एक समझा क्या हो गया. But I did not get how male कैसा आया.
See, okay, the answer is in the sea floor. This worm is there, which is a female.
Yes.
It has got a long proboscis.
Yes.
Okay. इस female के अंदर है uterus.
Yes.
Okay. And in its reproductive system, the female is producing the female gamete, that is the egg. And इसी female के uterus के अंदर इसका male रहता है पूरा. The male of this worm does not live outside. It lives inside the female only. Now got it?
Okay. Got it.
And the male inside the uterus produces the sperms. Those sperms fuses with the egg of that female itself, fertilize करते हैं, zygote बनेगा, embryo बनेगा, larva बनेगा. Those larvae are released out.
Okay, got it.
Some of the larvae, they go and settle on the sea floor. Then they will turn into female.
Oh.
And some others, they will settle on the body of the female in their proboscis or something. So they will turn into males.
Okay, got it.
Beyond imagination, right?
Yes.
And the male is a very tiny one. Male is a very tiny one. Female 10 centimeter long with a 1 meter long proboscis.
Because male is the tiny one because वो female के अंदर है.
Parasite है ना? That's why.
Yes, correct.
Something very, very interesting.
So it is a parasite?
Male is a parasite on the female.
Oh.
Getting it? So imagine nature has got this kind of interesting phenomenon also.
Oh no. Okay, got it.
Got it now?
Yes.
Okay. Then that was about this interesting animal called Bonellia viridis. ये नाम याद रखना है.
Bonellia viridis.
Pronounce it properly. Bonellia. Bonellia.
Bonellia viridis.
ठीक है?
Viridis. Yes.
Next.
Continue.
Now sex determination in the case of honeybees. Yes. You know honeybees. मधुमक्खी. Correct. So इनका sex determination है. It is called haplodiploid type. Okay. Listen.
Haplodiploid type.
मैंने नहीं बनाया.
Yes.
It's like, see, in the case of honeybees, okay, those females which are diploid, उनका diploid number है 32.
32.
And males are haploid. Haploid number is 16.
16.
So honeybees में there are no diploid males. Males are only haploid. हो गया?
Okay.
इसमें females diploid होते हैं, males haploid होते हैं. Simple.
Okay, got it.
Okay. So you won't get any diploid males in this. So अब ये जो female है, the queen bee, that is producing haploid eggs.
Yes.
Which is having 16 as the chromosome
16.
number.
Yes.
Okay. And males anyways are haploid, तो उनके sperms भी haploid हैं. Both of them are having 16.
16.
Okay. So haploid gametes each.
Yes.
Okay. And if an egg is fertilized by any sperm, then the zygote will develop into a female, a diploid female. Okay.
If an egg is fertilized by a sperm, the zygote develops
normal
into
fertilization. An egg is fertilized by a sperm, so there is a zygote which is diploid, turning into a female.
Got it.
So they are a queen and a worker. Queen are the fertile ones, workers are the unfertile, sterile ones.
Oh, okay, got it.
Okay,
Yes,
later on,
fertile.
the workers have their own portfolio and all that is understood. Bol.
Fertile or unfertile is समझेगा.
Queen is always a fertile one. She is capable of laying the eggs. Workers are sterile ones. They don't lay eggs.
But workers are also female.
Females, no? Yes.
And they are not capable of this?
No. Because their job is different in the beehive. In one beehive, there is only one queen bee present.
Oh.
Rest all females are workers. एक महारानी और सारे दासी.
Okay, got it. Okay, got it.
And those eggs which are not fertilized at all, Okay, the eggs which are not fertilized by any sperm, they directly develop into males.
कैसा?
एग में से बिना फर्टिलाइजेशन के डायरेक्टली मेल बन जाते हैं, उसको पार्थेनोजेनेसिस बोलते हैं.
Parthenogenesis. Oh yes, I know. Yes.
वो हमने जो देखा था that was parthenocarpy, that is different.
Yes.
That is development of the fruits without fertilization.
Yes, correct.
This is parthenogenesis.
Genesis.
And the males are produced like this. उनको बोलते हैं drones.
Okay, got it.
Now, in a beehive, there is always only one queen bee, which is fertile. But at one point of time, the queen bee can die, or it will turn very old. At that point of time, one of the worker bees, which are already females but they are sterile, they will feed on a special type of food, which is prepared by the bees. उसको बोलते हैं royal jelly. And that worker, when she feeds on this royal jelly, she turns from a fertile female, from a sterile female to a fertile female.
What?
Yes. That is
Royal
something
jelly?
very interesting. Yes. It's also royal jelly.
Okay, got it.
So those diploid larvae, which get the royal jelly as the food,
Magic this.
they develop into queen. And those which don't get the royal jelly, they turn into workers.
Okay.
Interesting, right?
Okay, got it.
ये flowchart में देखना कैसे दिया. Female is diploid, having 32 chromosomes, producing gametes. Some gametes are unfertilized, directly develop into males. The drone. Males को drone बोलते.
Yes.
Okay? And some eggs are fertilized by the sperms. Again, they turn diploid, and they are the females. So they can be queen or the this one workers, depending upon the food that they feed on.
Okay, got it.
Okay. So understood the different types of sex determination in different organisms.
Yes.
The first one we saw for human beings, XXXY type. Then we saw for birds, ZWZZ type.
ZWZZ.
Then in the case of the worm, that is Bonellia viridis, it was environmental condition due to which the sex is determined.
Yes.
And this one was honeybees, in which it is haplodiploid type.
Haplodiploid. Okay, got it.
Haploid and diploid, है ना यहाँ पे?
Yes.
Got it now?
Yes, got it.
Okay, so coming to the last part of the lesson, that is about genetic disorders. This is also very important to understand, since we are learning everything about genetics.
Yes.
So there can be things that can go wrong. There are things that are going wrong. So scientifically, when we have understood a lot about genes, chromosomes, DNA, so we could understand why some people have such disorders which cannot be treated. Imagine Abhi, the picture that you are seeing in this slide, in this page, Down syndrome. Right? There are people like this who are affected, and they are right from their birth. बीमारी अलग-अलग टाइप के होते हैं, है ना? कि sometimes you contract a disease after later many years in life. तो वो अलग चीज है, वो environment से मिलता है. But there are many diseases which are there right from the birth. And the reason is because of incorrect genes or chromosomes. तो scientifically हमने इन सब के बारे में पढ़ा, इसीलिए हमें पता है कि ऐसे बीमारी क्यों होती है. Earlier days, yeah, even now who are not scientifically aware, when this kind of children are born with any abnormality, we have all sorts of superstitious beliefs. इसने जरूर कोई पिछले जन्म में पाप किया होगा, या इसके माँ बाप ने कुछ गलत किया होगा, so all those nonsensical things.
Yes.
But scientifically they are not accepted.
Yes.
Because now we know the reason they are born like this is because they have something wrong in their genes or the chromosomes.
Yes.
So ऐसे genetic disorders को बोलते हैं Mendelian disorders or chromosomal disorders. Two types actually.
Mendelian.
Mendel.
Okay.
Gregor Mendel, you know. Okay. And दूसरा type है chromosomal disorders. Mendelian disorders का मतलब क्या है? Any particular gene has undergone some change or a mutation.
Hmm.
So if there is any
Mutation.
alteration or mutation in any gene because of which there is a disorder caused, उसको बोलते हैं Mendelian disorder.
Okay, got it.
So we have already discussed about color blindness, hemophilia, phenylketonuria. पहले किया था याद है? तो वो एक जीन में प्रॉब्लम की वजह से. Thalassemia we will see now. Sickle cell anemia we have discussed.
Yes.
ये सब examples हैं Mendelian disorder. When you say chromosomal disorder, it means any one or more chromosomes. They are shifted away from the normal arrangement. जैसे अभी हमने देखा 46 chromosome, 44
Yes.
autosomes and 2 sex chromosomes. That's the normal
Yes.
arrangement.
Yes.
तो 44 plus 2 की जगह पे एक तो कम ज्यादा हो गया, या maybe a part of a chromosome is getting deleted or something. I've shown you 4
Yes.
types of chromosomal aberrations, if you remember.
Yes, yes.
है ना? Duplication, deletion, inversion, translocation, and we have also seen
yes.
something called aneuploidy, you remember?
Aneuploidy, yes.
तो ये सब
Aneuploidy.
reasons जो क्रोमोसोम लेवल पे होते हैं, उस वजह से जो डिसऑर्डर होते हैं, we call it chromosomal disorders.
Disorder. Okay.
तो
Got
उसमें
it.
एग्जांपल आएंगे डाउन सिंड्रोम, टर्नर सिंड्रोम, क्लाइनफिल्टर सिंड्रोम, एडवर्ड सिंड्रोम,
Oh,
क्रेडोशाइड
this is
syndrome.
chromosomal
There are
disorder.
many such chromosomal disorders. So
Got
let
it.
us see some of them. What are the symptoms and what are the reasons? Okay. So the first
Yes.
one, let us take a look at thalassemia. Thalassemia क्या है? Mendelian disorder है first thing. Okay.
Okay.
तो इसमें क्या
Yes.
होता है कि autosomal recessive disease. Remember the exact reason. MCQ में इसी तरह के questions आएंगे. Autosomal
Autosomal.
recessive, autosomal dominant, allosomal recessive, allosomal dominant. ऐसे 4 option होंगे. So you should know which one it is. Now you know the meaning of autosome and allosome.
Yes.
So autosomal inherited recessive disease. Okay.
Yes.
So इसमें क्या होता है? It is associated with the blood. Thalassemia. So blood, as you know, contains the blood component called RBC, the red blood cells. Okay. That red blood cell contains the red colored pigment called hemoglobin.
Yes.
We have already discussed that. So hemoglobin का जो molecule है, it's a pigment, it's a protein made up of amino acids. So hemoglobin का जो molecule है, there are 4 polypeptide chains in that molecule. 4 polypeptide chains. Polypeptide मतलब peptide bond is the bond between 2 amino acids in a protein molecule.
Correct.
So polypeptide मतलब many peptide bonds forming one protein.
Yes, correct.
तो यहाँ पे 4 polypeptide chains हैं. 2 of them are termed as alpha and the other 2 are called beta chains.
Beta. Okay.
ऐसे hemoglobin के molecule का
4 chain,
structure.
2 alpha, 2 beta.
ठीक
Okay,
है?
got it.
ये hemoglobin
Yes.
के molecule का structure है. Now it's like for the formation of the alpha chain, there are 2 genes present called as HBA1 and HBA2.
Okay, got it.
Alpha chain के formation के.
Okay.
And ये दो जो genes हैं, they are closely linked. You remember linkage we have discussed. These 2 genes are closely linked and they are present together on the chromosome number 16 in our cells. 23 pairs है. तो जो 16th chromosome है, उस पर ये दोनों genes present हैं, which are coding for the formation of the alpha chain in the hemoglobin pigment molecule.
Oh no. Okay, got it.
Getting
Yes.
it? Similarly, the beta chain, इसका जो formation है, it is controlled by a single gene called as HBB.
HBB.
And ये जो gene है, that is present on chromosome number 11.
Sir, एक मिनट. HBA1 and HBA2 are on 16.
Correct.
And beta chain is controlled, which is HBB, is controlled by chromosome 11.
The gene HBB present on chromosome 11.
Present on
हर एक
chromosome
gene का अपना address है genome पे.
Yes, got it.
Getting it? Okay.
Yes.
तो ये दो समझा अच्छी तरह से. This is for a normal human being we are telling first. अभी बताते हैं कि थैलेसीमिया में क्या होता है. Getting it?
That
now
was
what
for
happens
a normal human being.
Yes. So
Okay.
abhi what happens is, for the formation of the hemoglobin, as we saw, alpha chain, beta chain both are needed. So अब दोनों में से कोई भी एक gene, now we have seen the names of 3 genes, HBA1,
Yes.
HBA2 and HBB. कौन सा
Yes.
जीन अफेक्ट हुआ, जिस वजह से कौन सा चेन का फॉर्मेशन अफेक्ट हुआ, अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट द कंडीशन इज कॉल्ड आइदर अल्फा थैलेसीमिया और बीटा थैलेसीमिया.
Okay, got
it now?
Yes.
So when any of these genes are affected due to mutation or any other reason, तो क्या होता है, hemoglobin का synthesis becomes abnormal.
So wait a minute. Abnormal कैसे होता है?
अल्फा चेन बीटा चेन दोनों में से अगर कोई भी जीन बराबर से नहीं बना दोनों से, तो हेमोग्लोबिन मॉलिक्यूल ही abnormal हो गया.
Yes.
What is the function of hemoglobin?
To blood ये करने का.
Function of hemoglobin is normal function of hemoglobin. पूरा हमने उसका पूरा थियरी सब पढ़ा है. What is the normal function of hemoglobin?
Normal function
of oxygen and carbon dioxide in the blood.
Yeah.
पढ़ा है ना उसके बारे में?
I was going to say that.
You are going to skip this.
No, I was going to say that.
Okay, transport of oxygen and carbon dioxide in the blood.
Yes.
ये उसका hemoglobin का normal function है.
Yes,
and
yes,
that
yes,
is something which takes place constantly in our body.
Oh.
Correct. तो अभी सोचना कि constantly ऑक्सीजन को कई जगह पे सप्लाई करना है, सब जगह से कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड कलेक्ट करना है. So this function is a very important part of survival for life.
Correct. Yes.
अब hemoglobin का formation ही affect होगी. Hemoglobin molecule itself is abnormal.
Okay.
उस condition को बोलते हैं thalassemia.
Oh, okay.
It's not that the hemoglobin is not formed. It is formed, but it is abnormal. And that's the reason it is not doing its function normally.
Okay.
The transport of oxygen and carbon dioxide is affected badly.
Yes.
Okay. So उसमें symptoms क्या होंगे thalassemia patient में? Anemia, deficiency of iron.
Yes.
Okay. Pale yellow skin. Change in the size and the shape of RBC. These are the symptoms. RBC का shape और size ही बदल जाएगा. Okay.
Oh, no.
In general, the person's growth and development will be slow.
Oh.
Urine produced will be dark.
Got it.
Yes. ये सब उसके symptoms हों.
Okay.
And the other big problem is that constantly the person will have to undergo massive blood transfusion on a regular basis. Blood transfusion का मतलब completely changing the blood of the body. Hospital में जाके करवाना पड़ेगा.
Every year.
That the doctor will decide, depending upon the patient. Okay.
Oh no. Okay.
So, sickle cell anemia में भी somewhat ऐसे ही होते हैं, but उसका reason अलग है. That was pleiotropic genes. Here it is a mutation in the genes.
Yes.
So this thalassemia is actually a mutation in a gene responsible for causing this, and sickle cell anemia was due to abnormal gene function.
Yes, correct.
अच्छी तरह समझा?
अच्छी तरह समझा.
Thalassemia is clear.
Yes, yes, it is clear.
So that's the reason. अब ये mutation क्यों होता है nature में generally? Any gene, why does it get mutated anytime? There are various reasons for the mutations to happen. It can be due to harmful radiations in the environment, and we cannot see them. Correct? Or it can be due to harmful chemicals.
Like?
Any kind of chemicals. जैसे हम लोग even in our diet, there are many chemicals. Packaged food products have got lot of preservatives, acidity regulators and all. So
Yes.
too much intake of that can lead to these conditions.
Yes.
Okay, we are surrounded
Yes.
with so many radiations.
Yes.
That is also a big problem.
Yes.
ठीक है, तो thalassemia is how you understood properly कि कैसे होता है.
Yes.
ठीक है, this was an example of a Mendelian disorder.
Mendelian disorder.
Now let's take a look at chromosomal disorder. उसमें first example is something called Down syndrome, also called Trisomy 21. Okay. Now why it is called as Down syndrome? It was named after a person who described
That
it for the
person
first time. उनका नाम
Yes.
था John Langdon Down,
Or yeah,
who described this for the first time in 1866.
1866. Yeah.
It's like people were suffering from Down syndrome before that also, obviously. But उनका समझना, scientifically explain करना for the first time was done by this person.
18.
And it is an autosomal chromosomal disorder. It is not associated with the sex chromosomes.
Yeah.
Okay. So why it is called as trisomy 21? Simple meaning. 23 pairs of chromosomes हैं.
Yes.
तो उसमें जो 21st pair है, pair मतलब दो. But in a Down syndrome patient, that 21st pair has got 3 chromosomes.
Correct. Yes.
इसलिए trisomy.
Try. Yes.
Got it? So the
Correct.
syndrome is caused due to extra copy of chromosome number 21st.
Okay.
बाकी सारे
Correct.
pairs में only one extra chromosome. So instead of a homologous pair, there are 3 copies of it. मतलब you can imagine a person is having one extra chromosome. So total number of chromosomes becomes 47 in that person.
Oh no. Okay. Good.
Getting
Yes.
it? Okay. So ये क्यों होता है? Due to non-disjunction. Whether it is during sperm formation or ovum formation. Gamete. 23 आधा distribute होना चाहिए.
Yes.
So this is-
Yes. Oh, correct. Yes.
Okay. तो 23 की जगह पे, okay, suppose कम ज्यादा हो गया. If there is a
Yes.
22,
Non-disjunction. Yes.
okay, yeah, any, it can be either a sperm or an ovum. But किसी में 22 है,
Yes.
तो एक में 22 होगा तो दूसरे में 24 होगा. आधा आधा
Correct.
in equal distribution
Yes.
हो गया. So if the sperm containing 24 chromosomes goes and fuses with an ovum, which is having 23 chromosomes,
Oh
तो total
no.
कितना हुआ? 47.
Okay, got it. Yes.
Getting it? तो ऐसा हो
Yes.
सकता है.
Getting it.
Okay, तो ये कब हो सकता है? ये कब हो सकता है? When, in case of human beings we are talking
When?
about, that's why it is advised that females more than a certain age in the life should avoid getting pregnant. Biologically, there is something called menarche and menopause.
Yes.
Menarche means the first menstrual periods in life, when the reproductive maturity begins. Menopause means the menarche is somewhere around 12 to 14 years of age.
Yes.
And menopause is on the other side, where 45 to 50 years
45, 47 as well.
when the
Yes.
menstrual period finally stops.
Stopped.
But
Yes.
sometimes what happens is during the nearing menopause, when the gamete production is still going on, sometimes the females, due to various reasons, they try to become pregnant. At that
Yes.
time, during menopause, the gametes are not of very good quality. And that cases, in such cases, when over-age mothers try to become pregnant, that time there is a high chance this kind of abnormality can arise. That's why biologically it is always advised that the correct age to become parent for male and female both, it is around 25 to 30, 32 years of age.
Okay. Right.
सबसे healthiest period है where the gametes are healthy biologically. We are not talking about the social reasons now. Biologically वो correct है. And nowadays anyways the lifestyle is changing, pollution वगैरह बढ़ रहा है, environmental conditions are changing, lifespan reduce हो रहे हैं, तो ऐसे टाइम पे इन बातों को और consider कर. Okay? Now Down syndrome में symptoms क्या है? अच्छा ये Down syndrome का फोटो देख. this chromosome.
I saw that.
This is the karyotype. So can you see 21st chromosome में 3 है?
3 है. Yes.
ठीक है. तो extra आ गया. उसको trisomy बोलते हैं. Rest everything is normal. एक extra chromosome की वजह से the symptom, the disease arises.
Yes,
Okay.
correct.
तो इसमें क्या होता है?
Yes.
There is a mild or moderate mental retardation.
हाँ.
Okay.
Yes.
Skeletal development is poor. The person is not very, not like a normal healthy person where the bones are good enough. You must have seen that movie तारे ज़मीन पर.
हाँ. Yes.
जो बच्चे दिखाए गए ना, they are mostly Down syndrome patients. Okay. And they have very distinct facial features: small head,
Yeah.
small ears
Yes.
and mouth, flat face,
Yeah.
rounded one. There is a flat nose, open mouth, protruding tongue. All these you can see this picture also. दिख रहा है? Very typical.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
इनको Down syndrome बोलते हैं. Okay. And it's like the eyes are like slanting up. Normally कैसा अपना सामने रहते हैं, इनका ऊपर रहता है.
Yes, correct. I know.
Hands are flat, stubby, tiny fingers. Palm is a broad one. Okay. And the crease in that palm is just a single one, single palm or crease.
I never noticed it.
Yes. Single palm crease. इनके हाथ पे देखना. One single palm crease.
Oh.
Okay.
I never noticed that.
Because क्या होता है, palm का crease कैसे बनता है कि embryonic development के time पे.
Oh,
Inside the mother's
right.
womb, the hands are always like.
Yes.
तो उस टाइम पे हैंड ठीक से ऐसा बंद नहीं होता, तो एक एक क्रीज बनता. Okay.
Okay, got it. Yes.
ठीक है. That was Down syndrome. Coming to the next one, that is Turner syndrome. Down syndrome में there was one extra chromosome. Turner syndrome में there is one chromosome less.
Of course. Yes.
45 chromosomes in Turner syndrome.
Yes.
उसको बोलते हैं X monosomy या XO females.
हाँ.
Okay, in a normal situation, females have XX.
Yes.
Okay, but in Turner syndrome, females are having only one X chromosome. So it is a sex chromosomal disorder. Down syndrome was autosomal. Yes, this one is a sex chromosomal disorder because of non-disjunction of chromosome. Again, because एक gamete को chromosome मिला ही नहीं, 22 आ गया, दूसरा में 23 है, तो 45 हो गया.
Okay.
So they have 44 autosomes with an XO.
Correct. XO?
O मतलब absent, only one X chromosome.
Oh, okay, got it.
So they are always phenotypically females. Males में Turner syndrome नहीं आता, because Y chromosome है ही नहीं ना, only X.
Yes.
So they are of short stature, height. They have a webbed neck. एकदम ऐसा neck में fold.
Double chin.
Okay. Lower posterior hairline. Lower posterior hairline मतलब जो बालों का लाइन है वो एकदम नीचे रहता. Okay. And broad chest which is like a shield, एकदम flat type. Okay. And poorly developed ovaries and the breast also. Not a normal development.
Okay.
And intelligence level is also on a lower side.
Okay, got it.
Okay, wait, I'll show you the photograph for this one. Turner syndrome. See this. This is how it is.
What is changed? What is changed?
All these symptoms which you can see. Ovaries are not properly developed. Okay, see the hairline, how it is.
It is again. Yes, correct.
And they are always females.
Yes.
Okay, there is improper development of the breast. The chest shape is different. Okay. This was a diagrammatic view. I'll show you the real picture also. See this.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
So this also can be a condition of Turner syndrome.
I didn't answer.
Yes.
Yes.
Understood this?
Yes.
Okay. Next one,
Yes.
we'll discuss about Klinefelter's syndrome. Okay, where they are known as XXY males. इनको super males भी बोलते हैं. Yes. Now they are sometimes called as feminized males.
Acha, okay. Yes.
Okay. This again a chromosomal disorder. And
It
here
is
what
a disorder.
happens? It's a disorder, yes. इसमें क्या होता है कि there is one extra X chromosome in the males.
Okay.
Males में normally क्या होता है 44 plus XY.
हाँ.
But here it is 44 plus XXY.
Okay.
Extra X chromosome. But what
X
males?
chromosome. Yes.
Okay. So there is a non-disjunction of the X chromosome happening.
Yes, correct.
Okay. So the individual develops as a male. There is overall masculine development. But there are other abnormal symptoms. Underdeveloped testes.
Okay.
The testes are not properly developed. They are tall in height. They have long arms. And they have feminine characters also. They are males, but there will be development of the breast. That's called gynecomastia. They won't be able to produce sperms. So testes are underdeveloped and no production of sperms.
Oh no.
So these are males, but they remain sterile.
Okay.
Then it's called Klinefelter's syndrome.
Klinefelter's
So main point क्या याद रखना है कि there is an extra X chromosome in the males.
In the male, yes, correct.
Let's show the photograph.
What?
See this. This is the Klinefelter's syndrome.
Huh? This? Oh.
Yes, it's a male,
Oh, okay.
but you can notice the symptoms.
Yes, I can.
Can you see the tall height?
Yes, I can.
And you can notice the feminine characters?
Yes, yes, correct.
Yes.
I can. Broad arms.
Broad arms, long arms.
Yes, correct.
Okay, so that is the problem of Klinefelter's syndrome. So you can understand in sub genetic basis.
Yeah.
It can be changed in the genes. It can be changed in the chromosomes, either a part of the chromosome or the entire chromosome. But one small change can lead to a big disorder.
Yes.
So as per your syllabus, you had to learn about these 3 disorders. 1 Mendelian disorder, 2 chromosomal disorders.
Yeah.
अच्छी तरह समझा?
हाँ, अच्छी तरह समझा.
Any doubts?
No doubt.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay, so we have completed about the theoretical part of the lesson fully. Finally. Okay.
Yes.
But those problems that were remaining, let's go back to that. Problems based on color blindness and hemophilia.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. वो कर लेते हैं. So this lesson will be.
Oh हाँ, problems बचा है. Yes.
तो वो कर लेते हैं. Let's go back to that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you recollect properly how is hemophilia, how is color blindness caused, or you want me to revise that once again? Sure. Okay. So there was one problem which I had given you last time.
Yes, I did not solve it. I wanted to solve it in front of you.
Okay. So you are ready with that?
Yes.
Bata. What was the problem which we had discussed?
That there was a. Wait. Okay.
Tell me. Read out the question first.
Okay. What was the question? Okay, wait. I know. A man who is colorblind marries a woman who is a carrier. What percentage of the children born to them will be phenotypically normal?
Okay.
Yes.
So Let's go part by part. Have you done that? You want to solve it first, then
No,
we'll
I
discuss.
did not do that. I wanted to do it in.
So take 2 minutes time and do it first.
Okay.
Chalo.
Wait.
And then tell me the answer.
Male. Female. So male is a colorblind. Number XY. छोटा चीज छोटा सी.
Males, man. What about the male parent? What is the phenotype, genotype? Male parent का genotype क्या बता? Question में क्या लिखा है? A colorblind man.
XY. Yes.
Colorblind man लिखा हुआ है.
The woman, yes, colorblind man.
So when you say colorblind man, X with a small c and Y.
And Y with a small c.
Is there a C allele on the Y chromosome?
Oh yes, no.
It is about.
No.
We are talking about X-linked inheritance.
Yes, correct.
So this allele is present only on the X chromosome. Y as it is जाएगा.
Yes, correct.
Getting it? Y chromosome पे C लिखना ही नहीं है. That is not present on the Y chromosome at all.
Correct.
What about the female, the woman?
XX. मतलब heterozygous. Yes.
Question में क्या
She's
लिखा
a
है?
carrier.
Carrier. So you will write X
So
with
X,
a capital
big
C and X
capital
with
C,
a small c.
Small c. Yes.
Now two types of gametes.
Yes.
Okay. यहाँ पे क्या होगा? X with a small c
and Y.
And the other one would be only Y.
Yes.
Here again two types of gametes. Okay. So what will be the question of gametes type over here?
X with
X
a capital
C, X with a small c. That means if you make a Punnett square. तो कैसे बनेगा Punnett square now? You have to write the gametes X with a small c followed by a Y. ये male के gametes हो गए.
Yes.
Female gametes would be X with a capital C and X with a small c.
Small c.
Getting it?
Yes. Got it.
Okay. So now make the Punnett square. Write the respective genotypes. तो बताओ यहाँ पे क्या आएगा? X with a capital C, X with a small c.
Carrier.
ये होंगे carriers, correct?
Yes.
What about this? X with a capital
X
C,
with the capital C
and Y. So ये क्या
normal
होगा?
man.
There will be normal males.
Yes.
Correct? This one, X with a small
X
c,
with a small c.
X with a small
Colorblind
c.
woman.
Colorblind woman. Getting it?
Yeah.
And this one is X with a small c and
Y. Colorblind man.
Colorblind man. अभी समझ रहे हैं? So now the question that is asking is determine the what percentage of the children born to them would be phenotypically normal.
Yes.
अभी देख colorblind woman, colorblind man abnormal है.
Yes.
Having the disorder.
Normal.
Normal कौन होंगे? ये तो normal है and carrier भी normal है phenotypically.
Yes.
So 2 children born to them out of 4.
Oh. Okay. 4.
Percentage निकालना है तो multiplied by 100.
Okay. Easy.
Getting it? So what is the percentage now? What's the percentage?
100.
2 out of 4 into 100 is 100%.
Oh, wait. Oh, sorry.
Give me your math source number.
50.
इतना टाइम लगा, देख के ही बताना चाहिए.
Yes.
My God. Huh? So understood how to solve this type of question?
Yes, understood.
Okay. Quickly take down one more and solve it fast.
Okay, give me one more. Give me.
Yeah. Write this question. Copy down the question also first.
Okay. I should copy down the question.
Yep.
Okay, fine. I will. Normal man.
There is a slight twist in the question, okay?
Okay, no problem. Doctors, not children. Sub born.
Correct.
Huh?
On the question, solve it. You are getting 2.5 minutes time. Come on.
Sub
Quick.
born. B-O-R-N.
बराबर है. Born भी corrected. B-O-R-N-E.
What?
Come on.
Okay, fine. Okay, wait. There is a male. There is a female.
The same way you are going to solve it. If required, make up unit square, please.
Yes. Male is normal. A normal man marries a colorblind woman. So X, Y, bada C and Y. And there is a female who is a colorblind woman. So X, small c. And for differentiate X with big C, and there is Y. Here X with small c, X with small c.
Read the question properly so that you can tell the answer.
Well, now born to them will be carriers. 1. There will be only one carrier. X with a big C, X with a small c. She is a carrier. X with a big C. Oh, that took 2 carriers. 2 by 4, 50%.
I hope the parental genotypes you have prepared it properly.
Yes, 2 out of 50%.
So let's see. See, there is a normal man. That means X with a capital C and Y.
Yes.
And woman who is colorblind. So X with a small c,
X with a
small c. Correct.
Yes.
तो यहाँ पे एक ही टाइप का गैमेट बनेगा. X with a small c. Homozygous condition. Okay, and here there will be 2 types of gametes. So when X with a capital C fuses with a X with a small c, इन दोनों के मिलन से जो daughter पैदा होगी, that daughter would be a carrier. And in the other case, if these two fuse, it will be X with a small
25.
c and Y.
25%.
These are the 2 types of children born. Is there any other probability?
No probability.
No. Okay, now listen. The question is, what percentage of the daughters? So out of the 2 children, how many are daughters? Only 1. So we are not looking at this at all.
Correct.
Only 1 daughter. And that 1 daughter is a carrier or not?
Yes, she is.
So 1 out of 1 is a carrier. So कितना percentage हुआ? Got it? Because see, percentage of the daughters पूछा है. अगर ये question होता, what percentage of the children born to them will be carriers? So 1 out of 2. Then it is 50%. अगर daughters पूछा है तो पहले count कर कितने daughters बने, sons की तरफ देखना ही नहीं. Now you understood? कहानी में twist समझा?
Yes.
Okay. Quickly take down one more. But now the question
Okay, give
will
me
be
one
on,
more. Give
the
me one
question
more.
will be on hemophilia.
Oh,
Exactly
no.
same. Instead of capital C, small c, now it is capital H and small h.
And
Rest
small.
everything remains the same. Okay. Okay. So you will write
hemophilic man. Hemophilic मतलब दोनों भी छोटा h. HAE. The born is wrong, right?
born. चलेगा.
Completely normal woman. Completely normal will be HH with capital letters. Yes. What is the probability that
That's
a
your
son,
question now. A hemophilic man marries
female
a
and
completely
male
normal woman. What's the probability that the son born to them would be hemophilic? Come on, do it.
Wait. What? Would be hemophilic. That is Papa. Okay. There is a hemophilic man. That is parent is male and female. Then that will be X, Y. Chota H. Female will be X, X. Big H, big H. Now if we differentiate it, X, Y with small h. ये दोनों भी तो it will count as
Remember,
one.
if there is a homozygous
Yes,
condition formed, prepare only one type of gamete. In the
Got
previous
it.
question,
I
that is
got
where
it.
you went wrong.
I know. Yes, I know. Yes, I got it.
Okay.
It is sun. Okay, ठीक है. X. This is a carrier. No. X, Y. Completely normal woman marries a hemophilic man. Completely normal means capital H.
Completely normal मतलब not even a carrier. इसलिए ऐसा लिखा हो.
Yes, exactly. This is. Oh, yes, I'm right. Huh? No.
बोल.
0.
Okay, let's see. See, the question is hemophilic man. So
Yes.
it is X with a small h and Y. Okay. Completely normal woman. So X, capital H, and X, capital H.
Correct.
So here only one type of gamete.
One type of gamete.
X with a capital H.
Capital H.
Okay. Here there are two types of sperms.
Yes.
One with only the Y chromosome.
Yes.
And the other one with
And
X
one
and
with
the small h.
Yes.
Okay. So fusion will happen. So it can be either X small h and X capital H. So that means
This is a female, but
hemophilic,
he wants son.
hemophilic नहीं है, carrier है.
Yes.
This one is a carrier. And the other
Yes.
thing is X with a capital H and Y.
Why?
No other probability, no other type of children.
Yes. Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
So that means
Yes.
question क्या है? Female का पूछा ही नहीं है. What is the probability that a son born to them
Male,
would
son.
be hemophilic?
Yes.
तो ये तो हम लिख रहे ही नहीं है. Son तो ये एक ही है.
Yes.
Okay, and there is a 100% probability that the son is normal. So यहाँ पे probability that son would be hemophilic is 0. Got it?
Yeah.
So the correct answer is 0.
Got it. Got it.
But whenever the question is asking about probability, remember you have to give a fraction. So you have to tell the answer as, you have to tell the answer as 0. Yeah, none of the sons born to them would be hemophilic. ऐसा concluding statement लिखना.
Okay. If
suppose कोई और आंसर आता कि suppose say 2 out of 3 sons, ऐसा अगर suppose आंसर आता तो your answer would be 2 out of 3 sons born to them would be hemophilic. ऐसे concluding statement frame करना. Got it?
None. Yes.
ठीक है? Okay. Now just one last part. Okay. The color blindness hemophilia का इसी तरह से solve करते जाना. ठीक है?
Yes.
So at the end of this, because we have completed the lesson, so I will make an assignment and give it to you. पूरे lesson का सब topics मिलाकर all types of genetic problems. I will prepare an assignment. I will give it to you. You will have to solve all of them neatly, properly, stepwise with the final answer. Okay. And you'll have to submit that. That I will give you. All types of questions we have done for practice, but I will give you mixed bag of questions.
Okay.
वो practice करना है without fail. ठीक है? Okay. Just one last part. There is something called, अभी हमने देखा X-linked inheritance. जिसमें color blindness hemophilia, both the recessive alleles and the dominant alleles were present on the X chromosome. But there are certain genes which are present only on the Y chromosome, non-homologous region.
Yes.
ऐसे genes को बोलते हैं Hollandric genes. They are called as.
Wait, what is Hollandric?
The genes which are present in the non-homologous region of the Y chromosome.
Non-homologous region of the Y chromosome.
Yes, that means they are genes exclusively for the males. Getting it? So gene for the beard and mustache. Okay. Yes. So इसका एक example आएगा. There is something called hypertrichosis. Okay. Hypertrichosis of ear pinna.
Okay, what?
कान के ऊपर या टिप पे ear pinna बोलते हैं ना, उसमें there are hair present.
Oh yes, I know.
So that is a feature which is found only in the males. Women never have it.
Correct. Oh right.
Because इसके लिए जो gene है that is present in the non-homologous region of Y chromosome.
Okay.
And Y chromosome is something which is transferred only from the father to the son. Y chromosome कभी daughter में जाता ही नहीं है.
Yes.
ऐसे inheritance को बोलते हैं Y-linked inheritance. And those genes which are present exclusively on the Y chromosome, उनको बोलते हैं Hollandric genes.
Yes. Okay. Got it.
Okay, that is given in this lesson also. Take a look. Hemophilia, color blindness. Yeah. See this. Y-linked या Hollandric genes. उसमें example है hypertrichosis.
Yes.
Okay, so this kind of a feature is transmitted directly from father to son. इसमें inheritance female के through हो ही नहीं सकता.
Okay, got it.
Getting it? तो याद रखना genes located on non-homologous region of Y chromosome. उनको बोलते हैं Y-linked.
Non-homologous region of Y chromosome.
Yes.
Got it.
Got it now?
Yes.
उसके बेसिस पे भी प्रॉब्लम्स वगैरह पूछ सकते हैं, बट दे आर वेरी सिंपल, जस्ट वाई के ऊपर ही आते हैं, तो नथिंग मच. एंड ये जो हाइपरट्राइकोसिस एग्जांपल, इट इज नॉट अ डिसऑर्डर और समथिंग, इट्स जस्ट ओवरग्रोथ ऑफ हेयर. So you have to use the correct words. It's just a condition या feature ऐसे बोलना. Every time it is not a disorder. Getting
Yeah.
it? So with that we come to the end of this small lesson.
Okay.
That is inheritance and variation. Okay?
Yes.
Quickly answer the MCQ. Multiple choice. Well, first one.
Phenotypic ratio of incomplete dominance in mirabilis Dalapa.
What's the answer?
1-1, huh? 1-2-1. 1-2-1. Yes, I remember.
Sure.
It was 1-2-1.
Incomplete dominance. So
B.
red, pink, white.
Red, pink,
Incomplete
white.
dominance.
Correct. Yes.
Correct. Good.
Incomplete.
Second one. Both.
In dihybrid cross, F2 generation offspring show 4 different phenotypes, while the genotypes are. No, wait. In dihybrid cross, F2 generation of 4 different. Yes, correct. This is 8, 9, 9.
Correct answer is 9. 9 different genotypes. That's why 1-2-1, 2-4-2, 1-2-1. ऐसे ratio था ना?
Yes, I remember.
So there are 9 numbers. Correct.
Yes.
Third one.
A cross between an individual with unknown genotype for a trait with recessive plant. What that trait is? Cross between an individual with unknown genotype for a trait with recessive plant for that trait.
Unknown genotype with a plant having a recessive trait. Recessive trait के साथ अगर cross करे.
Oh, yes. Wait.
It is called as.
No, wait. A cross between individual. क्या था? Back cross was. Non-genotype. Test cross.
It is a test cross. Correct.
Yes, back cross. I'm
Test
confused.
cross. Recessive के साथ करो तो test cross. If you cross it with any one of the parents, it is back cross.
Oh,
and a back cross is also called reciprocal cross. Okay.
Oh, you're right.
Next
you're
one,
right.
Fourth one.
Right. Okay, fine. When phenotypic and genotypic ratios are the same, then it is an example of dominance. What dominance? Incomplete dominance.
Sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
It is sure.
Incomplete dominance.
Because 1:2:1. That's the ratio.
1:2:1. Yes.
Very good. Correct. Fifth one.
If the centromere is
Are you already having the answers
near...
marked in your textbook?
No.
Okay. Both.
अभी तक खत्म नहीं हुआ ये chapter.
That's fifth one.
If the centromere is situated near the end of the chromosome, a chromosome is called.
Near the end of
the
the chromosome.
If the centromere is situated near the end of the chromosome is called. End में कौन सा था? I remember. What is metacentric? Submetacentric.
Centromere located near the end. So if this is the chromosome.
Near the end. It was.
Okay. Centromere is near the end like this. Which type?
Okay, wait. I remember. Wait a second. It is.
There are 4 types, right? और 4 option वही दिया हुआ है.
Yes, there are 4 types. नीचे एक होता है. It was. No, wait. Sir, wait. One second. Let me think. Wait. It was situated near the end of the chromosome. The chromosome centromere. It is. Yes, it is. I'm not
Come on, it is
totally.
very easy.
Okay, 99.9% it is acrocentric.
Make it
Yes.
100%.
Okay, great. Yes.
Okay, see. Metacentric means exactly at the center.
Yes, correct.
Submetacentric means near the center.
Near the center.
Acrocentric means near the end.
Yes, I was
Telocentric means
confused
at
between
the end.
telocentric and acrocentric. Yes.
Near the end likha hai na, so acrocentric.
Yes.
Okay,
And
sixth one.
telocentric is
At the end.
at the end. Yes.
Sixth one.
Chromosomal theory of inheritance was proposed by chromosome was Sutton and Bovary, right?
Sutton and Bovary.
Yes.
Okay.
And what did Watson and Crick or DNA में किया?
DNA का structure propose किया था,
Yes.
है ना?
Yes.
Miller and Urey were the ones who carried out an experiment which proved the reducing conditions of the Earth during its origin.
Oh.
And Oparin Haldane gave the molecular theory of evolution of life.
Okay, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, we have not done that lesson, na? Evolution abhi tak.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, seventh one.
If the genes are located in a chromosome S, P, Q, R, S, T, which of the following gene pairs will have least probability of being inherited together? The genes are located in a chromosome S. Oh, yeah. This you taught me. When
Linkage.
which of the following gene pair will have least probability of being inherited together? PQRS, SP, PS. This was. Wait, I remember.
Those genes which can inherit together are called closely linked genes.
Closely linked genes. Yes.
इसमें क्या आंसर आएगा?
P and Q.
कैसे? See, na? P and Q, they are together.
Yes.
Just next to each other.
Oh, least probability. Okay.
R and S
P
कितना
and
साथ
S.
में ही
P
है.
and S.
The answer is P and S. Getting
Got
it?
it.
Because they are far
Yes.
away from each other as compared to
Far
the
away
other
from
two.
each other.
Right?
Yes.
Next, eighth one.
Least linked. Yes.
Eighth one.
Find the mismatched pair. Down syndrome is equal to 44 plus XY. Turner syndrome is equal to 44 plus X0. Klippler syndrome is equal to 44 plus
कैसे बोल के निकल जाती है?
Super female.
Mismatch is Down syndrome. Observe carefully. 44 plus XY तो normal है ना?
Yes.
Down syndrome it is 45 plus XY.
Oh, yes. So, okay, yes, correct. Yes.
Okay, right. Ninth one.
Yes. A super female? Acha, yes, I got it. It can go. A colorblind man marries a woman who is homozygous for normal color vision. The probability of their son being colorblind is. This we have to do.
Do it fast and tell the answer.
Okay, wait. I can just actually calculate. Colorblind man is CC and marries a woman who is homozygous for normal color vision. Normal. She is
completely normal. Yes.
Homozygous. Acha, yes. Homozygous. Normal. Yes. So Vixie. Now, what is the probability of their son being colorblind? Okay, wait. I have to do it.
Actually, you don't need to do it, but ठीक है, करके देखो. Without doing also, you can tell. कर. When you will practice and keep practicing, you will realize.
0, no 50, no.
आराम से कर.
X. She is normal, completely normal. He is a colorblind man. colorblind man.
क्या हो गया? अभी तो किए थे. Colorblind
0%.
man मतलब X with a small c and Y,
Yes.
and
But
completely
the
normal
other
woman.
side, she is completely normal, na? So
Yeah.
how will we be a
So
colorblind
capital
man?
C, capital C. If she is completely
Two,
normal,
50%. 50. Yes.
see, question क्या है? Now this can fuse with this. So ये तो daughter
Yes.
बनेगा. We are leaving it aside.
Carrier.
This can
Yes.
fuse with this. So X with a capital C and Y. That's the only probability of a son being born.
Yes.
And is the son colorblind?
No, not at all. Zero.
What's the answer?
0.
0%.
Okay, got it. Yes.
Now you understood?
Yes.
Okay, so
I
do it
understood.
slowly, carefully, you will be able to understand.
Yes.
Okay? So
Yes.
finally, we are at the end of this lesson called
Yes.
inheritance and variation. I hope
Yes.
you have understood all the concepts properly. Right
Yes, I have
from
understood.
Mendel's crosses and all we started,
Yes.
right? So we are at the end of the third lesson of your syllabus, that is inheritance and variation.
Variation.
Okay, you
Yes.
need to keep on going through the concepts, understand the pattern of inheritance, understand how you're supposed to write the crosses and get the answer.
Yes.
By now you must have understood what kind of questions can be asked. Percentage, probability, fraction, whatever. So
Yeah.
हर एक का inheritance pattern अच्छे से समझना है. Then you will be able to solve it properly. So I'll give you assignment, you do it. Getting it? Okay. So with that, we come to the end of inheritance and variation.
Yeah.
Okay.